Today we're going to take the beast out for a run. Here she is, my Norton International Special, 1949 engine, 500cc overhead cam in a featherbed frame, bolted up early featherbed frame. Good commando front brake. Right, we'll turn the petrol on. Bit fiddly under there. Have one last admiring look before we get on the thing. Flood the carburettor. Now, bit of petrol coming out. You won't really be able to see most of this, but what we're going to be doing is using the valve lifter to get it over compression. And then giving it one almighty kick, which didn't work the first time, and another one. So again on compression, valve lifter, big kick. No. Right, we're ready. Let the footrest down. All good. Away we go. Nice sunny winter's day, not too cold. It's about just after midday, so things have warmed up a little bit. The roads are quite decent and dry, but just got to watch for the odd wet and greasy bit. This lane's quite narrow, so we can't do too much up here. But we can also need to let the oil rather, warm up a bit. This bike runs on Castrol R, which is very nice for anybody following it. It's not exactly comfortable, this bike. Little narrow seat, hard, and you tend to sit on the featherbed frame rather than in it. And your legs are splayed by the width of the cradle frame. Road holding, as you'd expect, is excellent. The twin leading shoe commando front brake is also very good. So you've got good braking and corners and handles beautifully. It's just not that comfortable. Right, we're now coming up to the junction onto the A264. Well, I'm hoping we might be able to give the beast a bit of welly if we're lucky. A few little bends to go through, and a crossroads down here, so we can't let the cat out of the bag too enthusiastically yet. Tough engines on these bikes. You can hammer them without worrying about them too much. Plenty of people have done quite long sort of transcontinental journeys on them, and apart from their ability to chuck oil out a bit, they're a good reliable engine. It'll take quite a lot of hammering. Right, here we're coming up to the Colstock crossroads, through that, and hopefully we'll be able to, oh dear, there's a bloody great van in the way. Right, well, I'll wait for that to see if we can get past that, and then we might have to give it, hey, chocks away Ginger, right, give it a bit of welly now, up the whole tire straight. That's nice. Going to get it up to over 70, nearly 80 in third, and into top. Excellent. Can't take it flat out, this will soon come to an end. And yeah, then we'll have to slow down a bit. But it's a lovely noise. You really got to admire the people that chuck these things around the Isle of Man at 100 mile an hour. Yes, slow down, says the road, and I think that's what we'll need to do. Coming up to a golf course, and we're hitting the head and pass by a golf ball here. So take that easy through here. The engine is actually quite flexible, so you can just plonk it along at a nice sort of slow speed, and it will just plonk along almost like an old side valve. It's really quite sweet, and you know, in a non-sporting guise, you could actually ride the thing in town reasonably well. It's not nearly so temperamental as a Gold Star. This bike's got the same gearing as a Norton Dominator, so it's got reasonable gearing. That it's not too high at first, and the gears are sort of quite well judged. The trouble with this A264 is there's always traffic on it, so I'm afraid letting the Badger go is not going to be that easy. Lovely morning though, great to be out on a bike. I just love the sound of it, really. You know, hopefully you can hear some of it on the soundtrack, but it's just got such a lovely noise, this engine, and just to get it out and give it a little hoolie and hear that noise is really great fun. Right, we're on our way back now, and so let's a nice bit of open road for a change. That's nice. Just get it going a bit. Mind the cyclist. I've done about 2,000 miles on this bike since I bought it a couple of years ago, so it gets fairly regular use. Taken it to Spain a couple of times on sort of things, holiday weeks organised by a Spanish motorcycle club, and done a fair bit of taking it around the Picos de Europa and that sort of thing. And it's been absolutely reliable. The only time it's ever given any problem was when the centre clutch nut came undone, and had to sort of go and buy a spanner somewhere and do it up again. But apart from that, it's been absolutely reliable. Chucks oil out a bit, that's the main thing you can say about it. I've improved it, or done things to it a little bit. Fitted that rev counter that you can see, which is an electronic one, a Skitsy or something I think it's called, which works well. I wanted to have a rev counter on it because I really did want to know what the engine was doing. Also fitted lights, they're sort of total loss lights, just enough to get you home really at night time if you're out on it, and the lights will run off the battery for an hour or so, and it's enough to get you home. Because it's got no means of charging, it's just simply got a modern BTH magneto for the ignition, and a little battery under the seat which does the stop light and the main lights. Bike's classed as historic, so it doesn't need an MOT. Well, I'm hoping we might be able to, we're going to be following, I might just pull in a little while and let some of this traffic go, and we might be able to just give it its head a bit down the whole tire straight again, possibly. Here we are, coming past the golf course again. I think I'll just slow up a bit and let that traffic in front get ahead, just sort of perhaps just slow right down and give it a chance to give us a little bit of space. That's it. Should be quite a way in front of us by now. Right. Okay. Off we go. Off we go. Really does go. Once it really gets going in third, it's quite fast. As I say, it'll do over 70 in third, 80 maybe, and then up into. By the time you get it up into top, it's start running out of road. Here we go. Behind that car again. Got to watch this junction coming up anyway. It's Colstock Crossroads. It's really dangerous. It's a sort of staggered crossroads and well renowned for accidents at it. So it's always a good idea to take it easy. People come in front of you or pull out. Just poodle it on home now. A couple of nice bends here. There's some nice bends on this little bit of road back to the village. By 1949, when this engine was built, the International was really sort of was now relegated to a sports touring bike. It was no longer competitive in racing. The International as a racing engine's heyday was the very early 30s, when it really did sweep all before it. And the engine in this bike is in sports touring tune, really. It's not out and out racing tune. But that makes a nice sporting bike, which is not so temperamental. It's not massively difficult to start. It's got plenty of go, enough to have some fun, but at the same time, if you need to ride it through traffic, you can, and it plonks along quite nicely. And as a clubman's racer, it had some success in the 40s and was quite popular, but eventually, as we move into the 50s, it was overshadowed by the Gold Star. The BSA Gold Star, which was a more successful clubman's racing bike. So here we are, coming home, having had our outing on this beast of a thing, which is you do really feel that you're riding a legend when you ride it, and it evokes memories of those guys of yesteryear that used to race these things. Just plonk through into the village. Sometimes you have to watch out on these hedgerows because deer leap out at you. It's not too bad during the daytime, but they do it at night time. You have to be very careful. Here we are, home, up onto the drive. Right, top stand down. Nice big tank, this bike. I think it's 4 gallon. It goes a long way between fill-ups. You can see that big hole in the seat there. I think that's because you need large equipment in order to ride this thing. At least I think that's the idea of it. There we are, Norton International Special. Let's just see if it looks pretty clean. Don't think we've got much oil chucked out. Just a tiny little bit of splash there coming back onto the oil tank, and that's it.